If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe.
Oh, Paranormal magazine. Who wrote this? Me! Today we're going to be talking about a London haunting I was involved in way back in the early years of 2000, and it involved my partner being ill inside the hospital. She was in a bad way and she'd remained that way for a year inside in intensive care in a coma. She was in a very poor state. While I was there, the photographs we caught from our Pick Meme Ghost video part 3, which you've probably seen, I hope. The photographs we'd captured on that occasion had made the Sunday papers. And from the Sunday papers inside the hospital, I had appearances from doctors and nurses who took interest in the article and said to me, we have our own ghost here in the hospital. Would you like to see if you can find it? I said yes. Now, Archway Hospital, Whittington Hospital it's called, it was built in 1473 in Richard III's time. It was that old. It started off as a leper colony, and then in the 1800s it became a smallpox hospital. Now it's a general hospital with over 400 beds there. It's a big, busy place. Very modern building that they're in just now. But they took me to the back where the old smallpox hospital used to be, and with one of the administrators from the hospital, I was led down several floors to the old Richard III 1473 build. And I'm a builder, so I know bricks and stuff and age of bricks and all that business. And I'm wandering about the long corridors of the hospital down below, and I'm not seeing medieval brickwork. This did not seem to be the right place. So we stopped by a strange fire hydrant with a board, and it was kind of jutting out the wall. So I got hold of it and pulled, and beneath this, it was a doorway. It was a doorway into a catacomb of archways. And once we walked in, I realised this went on right underneath the hospital for a good few hundred yards. And it was a catacombs of, I'm actually in the old leper colony prison, leper colony hospital. And it was amazing. No one had been in this area for hundreds of years. The ground was black and crystallised like snow. It took your weight and then crunched through. And we wandered around this in amazement that what we just found. It was an ugly, horrible place, to be honest with you. But this was the old leper colony prison. I'd found it. So we came out of here and we started wandering down the long corridors at the back of this old leper colony. And you can see in this photograph here, it's a long corridor with shelves and loads of boxes up on display here. And this is what most of the corridors were like. But this particular one, we walked up, and halfway up the administrator was in front of me leading me on, and she screamed, and she's a big woman. She knocked me flying getting past me, and she pointed down the corridor to something she'd seen. Now I looked down the corridor, it's quite dark and musty, and there's something moving around there. So I got my camera out and I started rattling off photographs. I took about 7, to be honest, 7 photographs, and you're going to see a sequence of them now. There's something moving. It's getting closer until it was about 5-6 feet away from me. It was the body of a child, and you can see this picture now. You're looking at how close this thing came to me. It had the full features of a child. I had my foot on the door because the administrator had left. She was run upstairs. I had to follow fast behind her or I'd be locked in this place. We got out and we were a bit stunned, but I had the photographs of this. It's like a child floating, maybe about 3 foot off the ground, off the floor. And I found out later that to make room for all the shelves and the shelf units that were there in this corridor, they dug the floor out by about 1 metre. So if they've dug the floor out for 1 metre to fit in the shelves, where that child stands would have been the natural floor way back in the leper colony days. We call this the Leper, our leper boy. It's a very interesting photograph. This photograph went to the Evening Standard newspaper. It went to every edition in London. It's spread out from London, other newspapers nicking it, magazines nicking it, paranormal magazines nicking it, and it makes a tremendous story. It went round the world. Mexico, Poland, America featured this photograph and this story. I never made a penny, not one bean. But we're not in this to make money. We're here to record and expose our evidence. And this was a cracker. This is one of the best. This is one of my first full frontal ghost photograph, and it's amazing. Now from this comes a sad case. Me and Roger, when we do our lectures, we love nothing more than to speak to our audience in person and private. And from this, I had hundreds of people, emails and letters, and people wanting to know more about what we'd seen. Now the hospital gets inundated with people trying to get down there and see if they can catch it themselves. I was a one-off for the hospital to let me down there, and I really thank them for it. And I'm sorry for the bother I've caused them with the amount of people wanting to get back down there. But we had to draw a line under this case because it looks like a young child. I had several mothers coming to me who had actually lost their child in that hospital for various reasons, and they were asking me questions that I didn't want to elongate their misery more than they'd suffered already. So I had to refuse to talk about this. Honestly, I had about 6-7 mothers who were desperate for more information I could give them on the description of this child as I saw it. The photograph you're looking at now, it's about 15 feet away or so. This thing got closer. I mean, I got a good look at this thing. It was a child, but I'm not here to make a misery of what they've gone through already. So I had to draw the line over talking about this case. It's an interesting case, and yeah, I got lucky. From this, from the newspaper articles, I had Maurice Goss, who quite a famous investigator, who was on the Enfield case. He got in touch with me. I looked at my photographs, and we ended up taking a drive up to the Enfield house, where I got to see the Enfield poltergeist house that he was famous for, and on my own. And I got to have a walk around the place, albeit I was about 20 years late or so for what has happened there. But it was nice to be in a historic place that has held the imagination of so many. But that's our Archway Leper Boy ghost. I hope you liked it.